Let me start with a tough question. Would you rather have $10 million or peace of mind? Most people would say both. But in real life, chasing one often destroys the other. That's why the concept of enough is so powerful and so dangerous. Because if you don't know what enough looks like for you, you'll never stop chasing. And if you never stop chasing, you risk losing everything. In this episode, we're going to talk about the idea of enough, what it really means, why it's so rare, and how not knowing your enough point can quietly ruin your financial life. Let's open with a true story. Rajat Gupta was once one of the most successful businessmen in the world. He was a CEO, a board member at Goldman Sachs, and worth over $100 million. He had status, money, power, everything. But it wasn't enough. He got involved in insider trading, not because he needed more money, but because he wanted to stay in the game, to keep leveling up, to feel important. That mistake landed him in prison and destroyed his legacy, all because he didn't know when to stop. Now let's compare that with Ronald Read. He was a gas station attendant and janitor who lived a modest life. No flashy cars, no expensive suits. But when he died, he shocked everyone, leaving behind $8 million in savings. He wasn't trying to impress anyone. He just saved consistently, invested slowly, and knew what enough looked like for him. One man had everything and lost it because he wanted more. The other had modest means and built quiet wealth because he didn't overreach. The difference? Understanding enough. So what exactly is enough? Enough means you're no longer chasing. You're content with what you have. You're not comparing. You're not competing. You've defined what success means for you, not for someone else. And here's the catch. If you don't define your own version of enough, the world will define it for you. And the world always tells you, not yet. You need more. You're behind. Social media, advertising, even your own peer group, they all push the idea that more is better. More money, more stuff, more recognition. But what if that's a lie? Let's look at it another way. Why do people keep pushing even after they've made it? Why does the person making $1 million a year want $2 million? Why does the person with a paid-off house still dream of a mansion? Because enough is not a number. It's a mindset. And if you haven't built that mindset, no number will ever satisfy you. Here's a dangerous truth. The hardest financial skill is getting the goalpost to stop moving. Most people don't go broke because they never made money. They go broke because they kept raising their expectations. They started wanting more house, more car, more status. And every time they got it, they adjusted upward again. That's lifestyle creep. And it's deadly. Knowing when enough is enough doesn't mean you stop growing. It means you stop chasing growth just to prove something. It means you stop comparing yourself to others. It means you stop tying your self-worth to your net worth. It means you're not constantly asking, what's next? But instead, is this already enough? So how do you define enough? Here's a few simple questions that can help. What do I really need to feel secure? What kind of lifestyle actually makes me happy, not just impressive? What am I sacrificing in the name of more? Time? Health? Family? If nothing changed from today, could I be okay with that? These questions cut through the noise. They bring you back to your values, not society's scoreboard. Now let's be honest. Sometimes more is better. More options. More freedom. More cushion. But more also comes with cost. More responsibility. More stress. More pressure. You have to ask, is the next level worth it? There's a line from the book that hits hard. The ceiling of social comparison is so high that virtually no one will ever hit it. But it's there, dragging expectations upward, one subtle notch at a time. If you keep looking up, you'll always feel small. If you compare, you'll always feel behind. Even billionaires look at richer billionaires. Here's where this gets dangerous. Not knowing your enough point doesn't just lead to unhappiness. It leads to risk. You start over-investing. You chase high return, high-risk bets. You borrow too much. You burn yourself out trying to grow a business that's already successful. You gamble what you need for what you don't need. And all of it could be avoided if you had a clear definition of what was enough. Let's use a metaphor. Imagine climbing a mountain. You've trained for it. You reach the summit. It's beautiful up there. But instead of enjoying the view, you spot another peak in the distance and say, let's keep going. But what if that next peak is unstable? What if the path is dangerous? What if, in trying to climb higher, you slip and fall? Sometimes the most powerful move is knowing when to stay put. Let's bring this back to you. What does enough look like for you? It might mean being debt-free. It might mean being able to work less. It might mean never worrying about rent. It might mean having time to spend with your kids. It might mean living modestly and sleeping peacefully. Whatever it is, define it now. Write it down. Revisit it often. Because if you don't, the world will keep shifting your target and you'll never hit it. Let's recap the key lessons from this episode. Number 1. Enough is a mindset, not a number. Number 2. Lifestyle creep is one of the fastest ways to feel poor, even when you're rich. Number 3. Defining your enough point gives you control, clarity, and peace. Number 4. Chasing more endlessly leads to risk, stress, and often collapse. Number 5. True wealth is knowing when to stop climbing and just enjoy the view. So here's your challenge. Take time today to ask yourself, what does enough look like for me really? Not what would impress people, not what sounds cool, but what would make you genuinely content. Because when you know you're enough, you become powerful. You stop chasing shadows. You gain control over your money and your life. In the next episode, we're going to look at one of the biggest blind spots in finance, luck and risk, and how two people can do the exact same thing but end up in completely different places, all because of forces they couldn't control.